Hello YouTube, Retro Prime here, how goes it? Hope you've had a fantastic day so far. If scheduling goes right, this video should be appearing at 5 o'clock on Sunday, so because it's a bit later in the day, and hopefully you've watched a lot of the videos so far, having a wee beer. And because it's Saturday, for me anyway. Yeah, hope you've enjoyed what you've seen of Bots at Home so far. Remember, it's for a good cause, Mary's Meals, link below. Please, if you've enjoyed what you've seen, or even if you haven't but you're watching my video, why not chuck them a couple of quid? It's for a good cause. You know, this year's been hard enough for all of us, and TF Nation not going ahead is a big kick in the nuts for not just the supporters and the creators and this, you know, everyone involved, including the people that go just to enjoy it, but it has taken money from charities that usually would benefit from it. So go to the link below and give a couple of quid. Now, anyone who's watched my videos in the past will know the story of how I started collecting. Our friend and Bots at Home contributor, Borders Dude, I worked with him, and he gave me for a birthday a couple of sort of legend-sized Transformers, and it kind of exploded from there. I have them here with me now. It is Little Hound. Oh, look how lovely he is. And this, I mean, I know it's just a little hound, but it was like holding a G1 toy a little bit, because it looks G1 and it's sort of like rudimentary as a G1 toy. So I was like, you know, this is lovely. I mean, I had a couple more Transformers at my house. I certainly never had a collection. I think I only had two other toys, which were Reveal the Shield, Legend Size Prime, and Prowl, I think. So he gave me this, and he gave me, oh, I nearly dropped him on the floor, this Little Jazz. How fun. Now, I absolutely adore this Jazz toy. Now, the thing with this guy is, because he was like an important part of my collecting, because it's where it came from, like these toys, these gifts, I ended up taking him everywhere with me. He was, whenever I went anywhere, on holiday, on trips, even on my honeymoon, this guy came with me. Well, I say this guy. I got this guy at the first TF Nation, because, unfortunately, the real version is a little bit worse for wear. Because it came everywhere with me, he got put through the wash. He was in my pocket one day, he got put through the wash, and he is now in a very, very shallow and poor state of repair. Actually, his arms and legs come off quite easily. I've put, what do you call it, like furniture polish on the joints to try and keep them from popping off, because obviously the plastic in the wash machine's wilted and bent and stuff. So he's still, to quote Megatron, he still functions! But only just. But just for the collection, I mean, he'll always have pride of place, but just for display purposes, and just in case this one crumbles to dust, I got this guy. Another notable gift that I got from Borders Dude is this lad. It's a little, now I remember when I first visited his house and seen his collection, which was long before I started collecting properly, I've noticed this guy on his shelf, and it's got like, you'll not be able to see because of the reflection, but it's got, you see it there? That's probably best. Compact disc player on it. It's a CD player. It's even got a wee handle. Hang on. Eesh. And it's cool. And I commented on how funny it was. It's obviously some sort of knockoff KO, like, pound shop effort. There you go. But I loved it. And then he gave me it for Christmas one year. Now, the great thing about my family is, even if they don't understand exactly why I collect Transformers, they do support it. My brother, one year, got me this for my, hang on, and I've just noticed that his crotch piece is on the wrong way. Either that or I need to turn his legs around, hang on. No, his crotch piece is on the wrong way. That's weird. But it's Beast Hunter's Soundwave. Now, my brother's not really one for getting gifts anyway, but he made an effort this one year and got me this. He'd been in the local, I think it was Home Bargains. He'd shelf warmed. I've already got another one of these somewhere, but he'd shelf warmed for ages. He was there for like 6 months, and then he was the only Transformer in the store for months and months and months. And then one Christmas, my brother must have went, oh, bugger it, he's £5, I'll get it for my brother. And I got him, and he's an alright toy. Frosted bits a bit. He's a bit weak, and he's not as good as the non-Beast Hunters version, but still, a gift's a gift. Sticking with family, my mother and father, who, I mean, Mum supports me, Dad probably does, but it's hard to tell with him sometimes. Normally they now get me Transformers, because Mum will say, the same as most mothers I'd imagine, what do you want for your Christmas? What do you want for your birthday? And I just give suggestions. So what I normally do is send out eBay links or Amazon links or something and just say, get me one of these. So while they were suggestions, my 60-odd-year-old mother still bought her 40-odd-year-old son Transformers, so I'll show you some of the ones she's got me. I mean, Dad as well, but Dads never have much to do with the choosing the presents. Any mother-father combination will know that. This was the first one she actually got me, which was Combiner Wars Thundercracker. I seen him on eBay one year at Christmas, and he was really cheap for like what he normally goes for. So I said to Mum, I sent Mum a couple of links and says, here you go, get one of these. And this was kind of a throwaway one, I thought, because it was a bit more than she'd normally spend on me at Christmas, because I am like a man. I'm not a kid, I get like £150 toys and stuff. And but she ordered it, and when it came I was so happy. But I'm not really one for waiting until Christmas, so I got it in like mid-December. Which I was very happy about, and now I own all 3 Seekers because, you know, the Skywarp came out in like B&M for like 10 quid. So and I was really happy to have this. This is one of the reasons I know the Seekers have come out for the Siege line that everyone's scrambling over, but because I'll never ever ever get rid of this guy, I've got my trio of Seekers and I like them, so he's one to keep for the rest of my life. And then another year she got me this, and I don't think I actually asked for this one. She just ordered it. It's not one I've got. Well, I mean, it is, I'm showing you it, but before that it wasn't like, because that's the thing with Transformers, especially family and friends who aren't the collectors, they're not going to know what you've got in your collection if you've got loads. So it's kind of hit or miss, but she took a chance on this one, and it was a good one. Lovely toy. Really good, Nick. Really sort of high quality rubber tyres. Aye, doesn't really fit in with my collection. I think the only other one I've got is Optimus Prime for the Alternators line. And, although he doesn't transform for some reason. But yeah, thought that counts, obviously. So again, it's a treasured pride of place in my collection toy. It's just on my desk actually. And this year for my birthday, I got this set off my mum and dad. Got it on sale at Kapow, and I was like, oh, I want that. Will you get me? They were like, yeah. And I know these. I mean, I know when you ask for something, it's not really. I mean, it is a gift because they've paid for it. But I mean, other than that, she'd just give me money and I'd buy it anyway. So she orders it, she gets it, and then she gives me it, and it feels like she's got it as a gift. So a set that I'm so happy to have. He is awesome. Look at those colours. Look at that translucent plastic. Oh, awesome. It's very hot tonight. One of the other things that my mother does especially is they live in a small village, and with most small villages, the only real shops they've got now, apart from supermarkets, is charity shops. So my mum goes around the charity shops just for something to do during the day. And if she sees anything Transformer related, she'll either buy it and say, oh look, I got this for a couple of quid, or she'll send me pictures. So this one day she says, oh, there's a load, I've got a bag of Transformers. I just bought them. There's loads there. I don't care if you've got them, but I've just bought them so you can see them when you come visit. And so I went, oh, this is straight away to see what she got. She got me a really good Prime. I think it was the leader-sized first movie Prime, but he was missing a complete arm. But I've still got him somewhere. I should have thought about that actually. He's on my Prime collection across there. He's missing an arm. I've given him a fake arm. I glued it on. I think it's from one of the Smash'ems or whatever they're called. Those like pull them apart sort of toys. Anyway. But this one day she texts me, she says, oh, I've just got a bag of Transformers. I don't know if you've got them, but I've bought it, and it was only like £3 she got them for or something. Now, it had a few smaller Transformers, like those, the RID little ball guys, you know, the balls that went into, or Minicons, that went into some of the other figures that you could shoot them out. It was mostly that. There was a couple other things, there was like Classics Grimlock was in there, and stuff. Nothing really noteworthy. But these guys were in there. Whirl and Sandstorm. Now, I've got them both. I had them both beforehand. In fact, I got these at the start of my collecting, but to get these was an absolute fantastic sort of find in a charity shop. They're missing their weapons, but they're all stickered up. Well, he's stickered up. He comes with the stickers, and they're all complete apart from their weapons, and I was like, wow, that's an absolute fantastic find. They're now part of my daughter's collection. They sit in her Transformers box, which is just on the floor across there. She likes him because of the colours. But she's daft on helicopters when it comes to like toys and cars and stuff, or like Hot Wheels and things. So she likes them too. Mine's are away over in the games room, dusty as sin. But yeah, 2 fantastic toys and charity shop finds as well. But it's nice. It's nice that my mum not only does she buy me things that I ask for or buy Transformers for me, but she actively goes out looking in charity shops and says, oh, I've got you something. It's a real nice feeling when your mother supports your hobbies, because she knows what kind of person I am, she knows what kind of man I am, and she knows I'm a man-child. I'm just looking at the wife to see if she's smiling, and she is. she knows well, I am a man child. It's no the be all and who all of who I am, so she supports it. Yeah, good finds, eh? Now, gifts from the community, because part of Transformers is a sort of community. The best part is that people share their knowledge, share their enjoyment, but sometimes they just like help each other out when people are looking for toys, looking for bots, or just gifting each other. You make friends, you give them toys. It's amazing, as you all know. But when I very first started doing Transformers videos and doing YouTube stuff related with Transformers, because it used to be gaming stuff, I never had a lot of oh my god, it's so warm. I never had a lot of friends in the Transformers sort of community. I'd post on Twitter and I'd post on Facebook and, you know, just normal stuff. And anyway, so this one time I was telling the story about how when my daughter was born, she was born so early, and we were back and forth to the hospital, so I had no time for like leisure activities. And it was when Toys R Us was selling Masterpiece Grimlocks at like 40 quid. And I'd told the story about how I'd love one, but I missed it back then because I'd been at the hospital and I couldn't get across to one of the Toys R Us's, blah, 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 blah. It was a total just a sort of conversational tweet or something. I can't remember why I posted it. I think it may have even been in response to someone else talking about Masterpiece Grimlock. Anyway, this guy who had never really spoken to before messaged me privately and says, "Oh, I've got a Masterpiece Grimlock if you want it." And I was like, "I'm sorry, I can't afford to buy a Masterpiece toy just now." He's like, No, you can have it, I'm giving you it. And I was like, what? And I was a bit taken aback, like someone's going to give me, who I don't know, a Masterpiece figure, especially Grimlock. So he just said, "Give me your address and I'll send you it." And I was like, being like the suspicious Scottish man that I am, I was like, right, what's the trick here? What's happening here? But I did it anyway because I thought, well, it's worth it if I get a Masterpiece Grimlock at it. Turns out the guy was genuine. Turns out he sent it, and it's one of my favourite items, not just because it's a great toy, but because of what it means to me. The fact that a stranger gave me something that gave me so much pleasure and joy just for that reason, just to be nice. And it's even now, it gives me a warm fuzzy. Just thinking about a random stranger on the internet saying, "Oh, that guy, I've got this," because it's so easy to sell these things on now. He could have made loads of money off this. And I think at the time he did say that he had bought it in the Toys R Us sale, so he'd only spent like 35 or whatever it was, 40 quid in it, so it wasn't like he was losing out. But still, I mean, money's money. And just every time I play this figure, it gives me a nice warm fuzzy feeling. And he's so good. I'm so like thankful to have him because of the way I got him and stuff. And it does every time, if I'm having a shit time or I start to get dead negative about things. Oh, his leg came off. I pick him up and play with him, and it reminds me that there is good people in the world, and there is good things do happen. And I would say his name, but when he first gave me, he went, "Oh, don't tell me that. Don't tell folk I gave you him, just in case, Ken." I don't know what his reason was, but I will be silent. Santiago Jones. Oh, excuse me. I didn't even sneeze there or cough, whatever I was faking. Eesh. So that was a lad on Twitter that did that, and it was very nice, and I think about it often. But again on Twitter, I'd been talking about how when I started to get really into Transformers and collecting, I wanted to experience some of the shows that I'd never been part of before. So I'd ordered an animated Blur because the toy looked fantastic. It is. I've got it across there. It's like, oh, it's so lush. But I'd say that I'd want to get into animated and sort of experience it because I'd been watching some of the shows and I'd really got into them. And I got a message off a fellow called James on Twitter, again saying, "Oh, I've got a bunch of stuff you can have." And I was like, "Okay, thank you very much." Or maybe, actually no, I think it might have been on one of my YouTube videos of me talking about this, saying I want to get into animated. And then he contacted me on Twitter and says, "Oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah." And he sent me, I've knocked them off the shelf because it was like a box of like 10 figures or something. But I got a couple here. He gave me Blitzwing, which is a fantastically crazy toy. Absolutely love it. Oh, his bits pop off. In fact, I'm sure there's a bit missing. Where's these little purple bits? Well, there's bits missing, but I know where they are. Fantastic figure. Love the head. It gave me Sentinel Prime. Now, it's not a character I like in the show, but man, I love this toy. Just for his colours and the fact he looks like the Tick. Love it. I did get these toys off the shelf enough. I've actually no really... My collecting slowed down. It did. Before you say anything. Just looking at the wife again. And so I've not really bought any more animated stuff. Although I did, but then I'm going to tell you a story about that as well. Bulkhead. Oh, this toy's so awesome. This Bulkhead kind of fits in. I did get Bulkhead Prime when I first started collecting. But I lost him to an ex-girlfriend's child, so this is now my prime bulkhead because he fits more in, as much in with that as he does in with Animate. Yeah, he messaged me, sent them out and was like, oh, you know, these are very dramatic, you can have them. And I said to him at the time, whether I get any animated or no, I will never sell these on. I will never ever sell on anything. If I get rid of my entire collection for space or money or just because I get fed up with it, I will always keep the ones I love, like the toys that I absolutely adore, like Power Master Prime, and I'll never ever get rid of anything that was gifted to me. The only way I will is if I gift it to someone else who would enjoy it just as much as me. Well, that would have to be a good reason for doing that. Aye, so he gave me a bunch of animated stuff, and it was absolutely fantastic. And then I had a problem with a eBay seller a few months later, a year later, can't remember. And what happened was I'd ordered 2 Transformers. It was Armada Megatron, and this lad. Hang on, I'll get the wire to pass him. Can you pass me that purple guy there? Yep. Fun, cool. Got this. Now, he's dusty because he sits on my Super Nintendo actually. So I kind of just look at him. I don't really play with him. But I'd ordered this lad and who did I say? Megatron, Armada Megatron. But when the guy sent them, he sent them in like a shoebox that was taped over the top. But you know, it was one of those collapsible boxes underneath. So there was a big hole in it. And when I got it, there was bits missing. This isn't him. This is the one that James gave me. But again, the original ones in my kids' Transformers box because I thought, well, it's in bits, but you can play with it. When it arrived, it was missing bits. It was missing bits that he never said were there. It was missing bits that he said were. And when I messaged him, it was only alright. I think it was only a tenner for the pair of them. But I messaged him saying, or 15 quid. But I messaged him saying, look, you really did send that poorly. I mean, there's bits missing. They've dropped off and they've fallen at the box. And he was like, oh, it's no more problem. You didn't pay that much or whatever. And we had an argument and didn't get the money back, even though he said he would. But that's another part of the story I want to tell you. What I want to tell you is James would contact me on Twitter again after I'd said, oh, Ken, I really want this figure, but I got scammed. And he says, oh, I'll send you him. And he did. So, it's an awesome figure. Absolutely love it. Love the colours. He's got that problem that they all have though, where his tail stroke, whatever kind of weapon, hammer, whatever it is, doesn't stay shut. But whatever, doesn't make a big difference. And again, the enjoyment I get out of this figure is 90% the fact it was a gift rather than just that I enjoy the toy. Yeah, and that's what I love about the Transformers community, or even just being a collector as an adult, is the fact that you get so many happy memories for the fact that your friends and family support you. And if you're not that kind of collector, I feel very sorry for you, because it is when you're able to enjoy such things openly, it does make it a lot more enjoyable, easily enjoyable, for lack of better words. Right, what next? For my birthday this year, my eldest stepdaughter got me Decepticons Siege, or whatever it is, Mirage, the Netflix one. I've just finished watching the show yesterday. It's awesome. I'll not spoil what this is about if you've not seen it. Or what I will say though is a figure of this, really, considering. I'd say it's a great figure, but aye, she got it because again, my kids support me, so all's good, and it's a fantastic toy, and I'm very happy to have it. Talking's hard. I got this lad from my friend Dave, Junk Heap Dave, for those in the know. He just ran. I think I can't remember what this line's called. I'll call it Spy Gear. That's what I call it. I got the camera version, and I was like, oh, these are really good. And then a couple of days later, he's like, oh, I've got a present coming to you, and he sent me this because I'm also like an avid gamer, and especially a handheld collector, or I was at the time. So he got me this. The head's missing because I've just dropped it on the floor somewhere, and I can't reach it. It's really cool. I leave it with my Game Boys and stuff. Pardon me, because, well, it fits in well, and it's such a nice wee thing. It was such a. It wasn't even for a birthday or anything. It was just like I just got it through the post. And he was like, "Oh, I've sent you something," and it's something that I look at and I feel immense joy when I see it. Does anyone know what this is? I'd bought a Transformer. I can't remember who it was now. Was it maybe Mixmaster or something? I can't remember. I bought some toys of a friend, Mr. Zort Rider himself, and because I've got a penchant for orange, the colour, and for orange Transformers, he sent me this. It doesn't really come up on camera, but he's a lot more orange in real life than most Bumblebees. So he sent me it, and it is that bloody gimmicky I'll just transform him. It's that One Punch piece of crap that was haunting the B&M stores with me for years. Oh, hang on, need to get his fist out. Or is that... Oh, that is his fist out. Is it? No. Feels like his fist should come out there. Ah! It doesn't. Anyway, and it was kind of somewhat of a joke when he sent me it. He's like, I've sent you that. And I joked about him for ages. And again, he's one that goes in my kid's toy box. But it's because it's never going to get broken by her. It's something I'll never get rid of because it just gives me a laugh. And it makes me happy when I see it. Pew pew, what's this toy all about? They were selling it for like £6 in B&M last time I saw. Which, granted, was a couple of years ago now. But God, it's like charity toy... Can't speak. It's like pound shop level toy. Fisto, I like to fisto. Fist. Don't worry, folks, we're in the final stretch now. My wife doesn't really buy me Transformers. For two reasons. One, her money's my money, it's our money. So it kind of... There's no point in it. If she's going to buy me something, she wants to buy something that's from her. And that's the other reason she'll not buy me Transformers. I get them all year round, and she doesn't think it's special to buy me a Transformer. So she tends not to. So she wants to surprise me. She wants to get me something that's from her. It's part of her personality, and it's a gift to say, I know you, I love you, blah blah. And she knows that Transformers isn't. She says, if I'm going to get you a Transformer, it's just like putting a dart in a catalogue. What's the point? There's no thought or there's no like feeling put in it. It's just, I've bought you a toy and you can do that for yourself. So what's the point? So she doesn't buy them. That's what I'm trying to say. Except one year she did, because I'd asked her to. There was a sale on in Kapow. And it was my birthday, and I says, can you get me this, please, 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 please? And she did, and I'm so glad she did, because it's Shattered Glass Masterpiece Optimus Prime. I don't have any other Masterpiece Optimus Prime figures. I never thought I'd own this mould, because they're just too pricey for me. Even if I had the money, it'd still be a push to spend the kind of money that these go for, when you've got kids especially. But she got it, and oh my god, it's the best thing since sliced bread. Absolutely adore it. He's bloody finger keeps popping off. I know that's a problem with these figures, but I mean, we moved house recently. Well, how long have we lived here?
2 years.
2 years. Well, that's recent. I'm 40. That's the only wee bit of my life. We moved here 2 years ago. Doesn't feel like that. And when I was unpacking my collection, which is across the other side of this room, I noticed he was missing his finger, and I was absolutely broken. I went in the box I put him in, and it wasn't there. I was snapped, because I don't know if you could even buy replacement fingers for him. And then 2 weeks later, when the room was all set up and tidy, and I'd hoovered the room a couple of times and stuff, and, moved about and blah, blah, I just found it in the middle of the floor. Just literally lying right in the middle of the floor, and I was like, huh? Picked it up, popped it in, and now his fist doesn't move because I'm too feared to pose it in case I lose it again. But I think this is literally the one and only Transformer she's actually bought for me. And my god, is it not a fucking belter? Right, last bots. My father-in-law passed away a few years ago. But before he died, he was starting to sort of like wind his life down, and he got he sold off some of his assets, and he gave his children some money and says, look, there you go, I want you to spend it while I'm still alive so I can see you enjoying it. So from that, I got this. Oh my god, I got Devastator. Technically not a gift from him, but it is because of the money he gave us paid for it. So when he gave us the money, we said, right, we'll pay bills, we'll do what, blah blah blah, we'll invest it in things that are important, and then we'll get a wee bit to ourselves. So I bought this, and I bought Masterpiece Sideswipe. The first time I'd spent over £50 on Transformers, and I'm not joking, when I ordered this in Sideswipe, and one other thing, it was like 270 quid, and my wee bumhole was going spending that much money on toys. But he wanted us to enjoy it, and my god, I certainly do. Pride of my collection. If the house burst into flames and I could only rescue one thing, assuming my family were safe, it would be this guy, just for sentimental reasons and because he's awesome. And that's it. Oh, put you down there, Davey. Oh. So, like I said, friends and family are pretty much the most important thing in my life, as it should be. So when it comes to collecting, I get joy out of knowing that my friends and family support me. And so what better way to express that than just to have shared with you some of the things they got me. And I really do hope you've enjoyed the Bots at Home experience so far. I'm not entirely sure what's next because some of the videos haven't been confirmed time-wise. And please, if this is the first time you've seen it, and it's Sunday right now, you're watching it premiering, please go back after the fact and watch some more of the videos. And like I said, please donate, because, you know, people are really missing out. We might, as collectors and fans, might be missing out on seeing things and buying toys, but there are people who are missing out because the TF Nation can't be on, and, you know, charities aren't able to raise money. So if we can do our little part, then we should be proud of that as a community, and we should try to do it as a community. So let's do it. Right, I really hope you enjoyed that. I shall see you on my next video on my channel, whenever that is. Who knows? But until then, thank you, and good night. Boosh.